I have an announcement to make right here. Restrooms are located outside the door to the left and down the hallway. Okay, now I'm going to do the introduction. So is everybody ready? So when to start?
No, just for a few minutes and then you can let her introduce you and then you guys can play another song.
Thank you, members of the Lincoln High School Chamber Orchestra, led by Julani Cancer. Wonderful music and a great start to this evening. Before we begin, I want to share that the county's language access team are here tonight offering interpretation for our program. If you need this service, please connect with them. They're at the back of the room, and you all can please stand and wave so that folks can see you. In the interim, we're going to listen to another wonderful rendition of music by this lovely group.
We're gonna have to turn that up. So let me figure out how to turn the volume up.
Okay.
Oh, wait, here we go. So Mary, I turned up the volume a little bit. Let's find out how it sounds.
It's at the part.
Better?
Right now?
No, no, when you get done. So, and yeah, just wanted to remind everybody. There's lots of food. Yeah, lots of. This might be their last song.
It is. So. Folks, let's give them another round of applause.
What people are talking?
Uh,
Go ahead, keep talking.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex Andrade is here tonight, and he is going to be offering the interpretation here for us. Alex, can you please come forward? I'm first going to read a quick housekeeping note. Restrooms are located outside the door to the left and hand sanitizers placed in the corner of the room. And most importantly, there is food, lots of food in the back. Please help yourself and make yourself comfortable. And here is Mr. Andrade.
Yeah, here. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Should I do it again?
No, it's okay.
You have to hold it right in your mouth. No, it's not natural.
Okay.
Good. Hi, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm with the Language Access Unit. My team and I will be providing interpretation service in Spanish for today's event. Now we'll make the same announcement, but in Spanish. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Alex Andrade, soy parte del equipo de la Unidad de Acceso Lingüístico del Condado de Santa Clara. Si requieren los servicios de interpretación, por favor diríjense a la mesa de atrás. Mis colegas Mónica y Mónica están allá para servirle. Te damos un diapositivo y puedo escuchar este evento en español. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now it's my pleasure, Anushka Dugar, Katrina Mata, Emily Perdoza, Nisha Shenroy, and Sage Cobb. Please come up to deliver your invocation. Hold it close to your mouth, sweetheart. Thank you.
Together, we are one.
We're part of
Family.
Watch steam rise from my mother's chicken soup. Clutch this warmth to cheeks. Drink hot tea with Israeli cups. My brother's baby photos printed.
Photos of my parents in the 90s in their first apartment here, baggy jeans and crushed faced. I come from dreams packed in suitcases with spice and gold, each summer where we laugh and argue over tablecloths stained with turmeric, tracing my finger along this tree of people I share a last name with. Tracing along Fault Line Salon, we built a home that marries my mother and father, that marries me to this land.
On this one, growing up, I looked up towards the sky and my parents, they never told me not to dream.
Big like the world is, fast like the days to come, hard with the strength of all those who came before me. We have
Friends, the ones who at my lowest points down and beaten, help me back up, giving me their hands and their heart.
We fuel each other's heart-straining caffeine addictions. Cherish beaded friendship bracelets. Ugly because of their glaring bright colors. Beautiful because they remind me of you.
Remind me of you and I riding bikes on warm June streets, wishing each other Merry Christmas, Happy Diwali, Happy Chinese New Year. Braided hair during recess and extra pops of lip gloss while we look in the graffitied bathroom mirror. While we clutch TV remotes in our palms as we belt out the high notes on Friday night karaoke. Trace the shapes of our faces in the yearbooks stowed away in our bedrooms, count the years we've known and grown with each other. The years of building a home away from homelands, where we teach each other to swear in 3 languages across the lunch table, where we swap stories and swap our tongues and at last don't have to strain to be listened or be heard. We are part of this community.
I find you everywhere. In well-lit shelves at libraries, waters flowing through flowers at Central Park, smooth roads renovated after rains and turbulent winds.
Even though rains take over, I find the enemy to believe that our county will swoop down and protect me and my fellow Americans.
Protect this unfinished song I call my home, where we the people have the right to make history our story, a kaleidoscope of a community that is pure light. Where my family still refracts like this light across these borders, and where I look at the flag and feel anything but pride. But I know to make this country better, I must first let it be mine. Where our evolution mirrors love from those who keep us safe, those who build our homes, and those who teach, raise us to dream big and try our best. We are part of a community.
We find home in small coffee shops, used bookstores, heaters, and poetry-filled Zoom calls. Strangers we share smiles with on the street.
Streets intertwined into a city, but we all know it's more than the city because we made it together.
Together, we are dancers with wings for feet and rhythm for speech, and journalists, poets, authors, penning with hope. Read between the lines, please, and see that this community is made up of artists who are art, each with our own shapes to fit into the jigsaw together. Every porch light glowing brighter on the map as we zoom out, merging into one. One community, one county, one earth, one want, one need for hope, one chance to build something beyond this one life.
And so we will hold your hand as you hold ours, because together we are one.
Folks, how fabulous was that? It brings tears to my eyes, the message that they gave. A big thank you to all our poets. Having written a few poems in high school myself, my advice to you, to keep writing and save them to read later to your children and your grandchildren. Who knows, maybe some of you will be published and acknowledged for future generations. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Mary Grizzle. And I am Clara community. I wear many hats, but the one I cherish most is working alongside my neighbors to make a difference. I serve as co-chair of Reclaiming Our Downtown, a movement dedicated to restoring the heart of our city. And I'm deeply involved serving as a crossing guard for Santa Clara Police Department. Beyond that, I stay engaged politically at both the city and county levels. I firmly believe that every embodied person should be that one determined person and a never give up attitude. We together can shape the future of our communities. That's why I was both honored and blown away to be chosen as the 2025 MC for the state not only is she my role model, someone I admire for her unwavering dedication to early childhood development, mental health reform, and accessible childcare. At 82 years young, my passion remains the same, making Santa Clara the best city it can be. And I know that true progress happens when community members step up as leaders. That's why I encourage each of you to find a role in shaping our future. With that, I'll kick off the night by introducing a very special community leader. She is behind almost every community event in Campbell and was the 2024 Campbell Citizen of the Year. Please give a warm welcome to Brooke Ramirez.
All right, good evening, everyone. For those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, I am Brooke Ramirez, and I'm honored to welcome you to Campbell, my city. Thank you. And to this year's State of the District. As a proud business owner and community advocate, my journey started with something simple, a boutique and a dream. When I opened Bombshell Boutique in 2006, little did I know that my true calling would find me, which is to serve. I am proud to have served on the Downtown Campbell Business Association Board of Directors for over 10 years. And I am happy to help coordinate, yes, almost every single event in downtown Campbell, but some of my favorites being the Bunnies and Bonnets Easter Parade and the Carol of Lights holiday event that we have. Just welcoming everyone to our city. I have been fortunate to be able to donate and support local schools, organizations, and charities in my 18 years of business here. And I'm honored to have been recognized as the 2023 Citizen of the Year from the Campbell Chamber, as well as the Downtown Campbell Business Association Person of the Year. So thank you to the Chamber. We have Celebrate Campbell coming up. If you'd like to get more information, I think Ken from the Campbell Chamber is here. Campbell has a special way of embracing those who show up and give their time to the community. And they give so much heart. And I've had the privilege of volunteering alongside so many amazing, wonderful volunteers and organizations. And I am profoundly grateful for my peers whose dedication inspires me daily. So first and foremost, thank you so much, Susan Ellenberg, and thank all of you for being here, for caring, and for continuing to invest in the future of our district. It's because of people like you that we continue to thrive. And with that, I'm excited to turn things back over to our wonderful MC for the evening, Mary Grizzle. Thank you.
Let's take a moment to thank Brooke Ramirez for her outstanding contributions to our community. Brooke, your tireless efforts and commitment to bringing people together are inspiring. Let's all give her one more round of applause. I also want to take a moment to recognize the many community leaders in attendance tonight. Your dedication is what makes our district such a special place. Let's give another round of applause for all of you who show up, serve, advocate, and push for progress every day. And now it is the greatest honor I can bestow, and it's to introduce someone who has made an incredible impact on our county. Supervisor Susan Ellenberg has been a relentless champion for families, education, public health. Her leadership has strengthened the resources for mental health services, early childhood development, and accessible childcare, ensuring that our community has the support it needs to thrive. Please join me in welcoming my favorite person in all the world, Supervisor Susan Ellenberg.
Mary is lying, by the way. She has great grandchildren. I am not her favorite person. Get up to my place here. All right, for folks in the back that are still grabbing food, fantastic. There are lots of seats in the second rows on both sides. So once you grab your plate, I hope you will come up closer and join me. Thank you all, really, truly, for being here this evening, and particularly for coming out on a dark and stormy night. I really appreciate that. I want to extend special appreciation to Councilmember Mulcahy, who will actually be here in a bit, to Brooke, the youth poets, the school bands, Mary, and Maria, who was my team, the D4 office, for their tremendous, no. We do not need that kind of drama. for their tremendous work, not just on this evening's program, but all year. When I share my accomplishments this evening, please know that every success is rooted in their excellent work, expertise, and partnership. D4 team members, wherever you are, could you give a wave so everyone can see you? We are lucky 13 strong, and all of us are here for all of you. I want to thank as well my elected colleagues who are here. Your partnership is everything. Will elected officials or representatives of elected officials stand up and give a wave, please? And finally, I want to thank my superstar husband, Steve, through whom everything is possible. Yay, I love you. All right, let's get now to the most important thing. This county government will remain constant in serving our residents, protecting the rights of every individual, and working to ensure that every person has the opportunity to thrive. I will not minimize the very valid fears of many targeted individuals and populations and their loved ones, or the very real fiscal threats to our vital programs and services. About 34% of the county's budget relies on federal funding streams, which translates to nearly $3 billion with a B in Medicaid funding, and another $500 million in social services, including CalWORKS, CalFresh, housing vouchers, and more. While we can't control everything, there is so much that we can and must do here and not buy into the panic-fueled rhetoric of the media and those who seek to further, and it will not change our core values or our mission. So let's focus on what we have done. District 4, you were a big part of our being able to serve those who need it most through passionate advocacy, civic engagement, open arms, pocketbooks, and doors. You were invaluable partners in this work. Hopefully you picked up a copy of my, or sat on it, of my 2024 year in review when you came in. A special kudos to my team member, Chris Core, who created this beautiful piece of collateral that captured some of the work of which I am most proud. To sum it up, the TLDR is, in 2024, I served as the Board of Supervisors president for the second consecutive year, leading meetings and representing our county. By virtue of increased federal and state dollars in 2024, the county was able to offer additional supports to families and children through several significant investments. $6 million went to the Amigos Motel Shelter Program, which provided a safe and stable environment where families facing homelessness could access services and work toward long-term housing solutions. And $7.9 million for the Rapid Rehousing Program, which helped children and families transition quickly from homelessness to permanent housing. In the area of expanding treatment for mental illness and substance use disorders, I directed an inventory grant of $165,000 to increase capacity for non-law enforcement adult mental health crisis. It's called Trusted Response Urgent Support Team. That acronym is TRUST, something for which many D4 residents through community groups and neighborhood associations advocated passionately at many of our Board of Supervisors meetings. So thank you for pushing that. Additionally, my office led the creation of an independent living homes work group to gather community input, address substandard living conditions for behavioral health clients, and oversee the use of behavioral health bridge housing funds for habitability improvements. The county invested in and broke ground on a new 30-bed withdrawal management facility in D4 near the Burbank, Rose Garden and Sherman Oaks neighborhoods. We've added 181 beds at multiple levels of acuity across our mental health system, and we have 234 beds currently in development. Don't let anybody tell you that our county is not doing anything. I served for the 6th year as the chair of the county's Public Safety and Justice Committee and was very proud to lead the creation of a county-wide strategic initiative on violence prevention in partnership with my colleague Supervisor Arenas. This effort will encompass a multi-department approach coordinated by our public health department, because while we understand that law enforcement is a piece of public safety, real, sustainable, safe communities depend on a holistic approach that addresses housing, healthcare, education, poverty alleviation, access to nutritious foods and open spaces, and robust opportunities. Don't be shy and it's not interrupting me. You're welcome to come grab seats with your food, no problem. Speaking of holistic approaches to public safety, last year, my office also funded several efforts within D4 to support this work, including $25,000 to the Alameda Business Association for their very popular longevity walks for our older adult community, $350,000 to Catholic Charities to continue operating the Luther Burbank Family Resource Center in our Burbank neighborhood. Burbank. $8,000 to the Children's Health Council in District 4's Rose Garden neighborhood, $20,000 to the Indian Health Center of Silicon Valley in Willow Glen, $165,000 to Pacific Health Clinics for an additional trust van. Remember, trust is Trusted Response Urgent Support Team. And finally, in the realm of ending and preventing homelessness, I am pleased to report that 6 developments funded by Measure A were completed during the last fiscal year, creating 646 affordable housing units, 2 of which, I know, right? 2 of which, not 2 units, 2 developments, are in D4. Bellarmine Place in West San Jose near Sunol Midtown has 116 apartments, and Kiefer Senior Apartments in Santa Clara has 80 units. These developments, like Vitalia on Bascom, exemplify the collaborative effort required to create sustainable housing solutions. By bringing together community input and the dedication of both city and county organizations, we have built a space where formerly unhoused individuals receive the support they need and are treated with dignity and respect. Additionally, the county and partners broke ground on The Hub, a youth-led community center for current and former foster youth in D4 near the neighborhoods of Buena Vista and North Willow Glen. It's at Parkmore and Meridian, to be specific. And that will include up to 81 units of affordable housing, 40 of which will be designated for youth transitioning out of foster care. All Measure A dollars have been allocated at this point, and we've got to turn our attention to other possible revenue sources, as well as a redoubled effort on homelessness prevention. The county's homelessness prevention system served 3,162 families between October 2021 and September of 2024, expanding prevention efforts across multiple nonprofit agencies. A new focus includes partnerships with school districts and the Office of Education to better support families. This involves coordinating with school liaisons, sharing information about foster youth and housing eligibility, and increasing housing voucher resources for foster youth through the Housing Authority. All in all, not bad for a year's work, but this is absolutely no time to rest on those laurels, so we won't. In 2025, we will continue tackling the region's most pressing challenges by expanding access to primary and specialty healthcare, reimagining what criminal justice can be in a system that actually reduces and ends recidivism, broadening ever more our access to services to treat mental illnesses and substance use disorders, and intensifying our work to stem the steady stream of people who continue to fall into homelessness despite the county's significant success of funding more than 5,000 units of deeply affordable housing and helping more than 17,000 people move into housing over the past 7 years. And of course, we will provide additional supports to individuals who are now at higher risk as a result of the federal administration's new policies. The more aligned we are on our goals and the more we can work together, the further we can go. I would invite you to join me in building on the values of Santa Clara County. As many of you might expect, I'm going to start talking about 2025 by focusing on families and children. And not only because Head Start is one of the programs being threatened with defunding by the federal government, and not only because the child tax credit seems to have no prayer of being revived anytime soon, but because in 2018, I made a promise to fight for all families and children. That is exactly what I have done these last 6 years and exactly what I intend to do in the foreseeable future. A couple of highlights over the years include 2019. I am going to flex just in this section because I'm so excited. So I'm going kind of all the way back. But I won't do that for every section. We would be here all night. But in 2019, I created the county's first ever children's budget, started programs called D4 Reads at District 4 library branches to read stories to children and connect with their parents, and a D4 Arts for All program to highlight the creativity of D4 students in partnership with our 8 school districts. In 2020, I worked to expand funding for our county's Black Infant Health and Perinatal Equity Initiative, and stood up emergency childcare for essential employees when the pandemic shut down schools and childcare providers. In 2021, I launched in partnership with Supervisor Chavez, the Heading Home campaign with Destination Home and other local partners to achieve functional zero family homelessness by 2025. I hope we get there this year. We proposed an $8 million 4-year pilot program to provide universal school meals to 12,000 of the county's most vulnerable children. And we introduced an employee child care assistance program offering up to $5,000 annually in tax-free contributions to eligible employees' dependent care FSAs to help offset child care costs. Side note, we are the 4th largest, or depending on what the tech companies are doing, 3rd or 4th largest employer in the county with about 23,000 employees. What we do impacts so many people, not only outside the organization, but the residents and nearby residents that work for our county. So to be able to provide a child care benefit for all of the parents that work at Santa Clara County, to me was a big deal. In 2022, I led the creation of the Office of Children and Families Policy and created a children's roadmap to recovery that included support for children who had lost a parent or primary caregiver to COVID, funds to create a child care apprenticeship certification program and a child care facilities grant program, and a grant program to expand wellness centers at public middle and high schools. In 2023, I championed guaranteed income pilot programs for unhoused high school seniors and young moms. 2024 saw the creation of a statewide county-driven child care work group comprised of county supervisors from 10 counties across the state to identify gaps in the childcare system and recommend legislative and financial solutions. In 2025, yes, this year, I've secured approval for the expansion of the county's home visitation program that I'll talk about more in a little bit, and it's only February 6th. Please be assured there is much more to come. Childcare is a public good, is good for business, and keeps families in our cities. And I believe we need to start funding it as such. All right, let's talk about healthcare. We did not need to buy another hospital. It was not on the bingo card until the owners of Regional Medical Center began systematically closing down one department after another that they deemed not to be cost effective, because that's what for-profit healthcare providers do. As regional contracted services, our county hospitals became overwhelmed, and East Side residents who were experiencing heart attacks, strokes, or other life-threatening conditions were forced to travel farther for care, losing precious minutes that could make a difference, quite literally, between life and death. Why, you may ask, should this matter to the residents of District 4? This purchase will result not only in alleviating pressure in our existing hospitals, the majority of which are in D4, but will also restore critical services, including heart attack, stroke, maternity, and trauma care. While hospitals are critical resources when someone is ill, much healthcare, in particular prevention and wellness care, happens in the community. And I am committed to ensuring that someone's zip code or skin color does not determine the type of care they will receive. I've been a strong advocate for Black maternal and infant health and will continue promoting, educating, and expanding access to culturally appropriate quality care. I hope you will join me in April, assuming there's still funding in the public health department, when I shine a spotlight on Black infant health in alignment with Black Maternal Health Week and the county's annual perinatal equity conference in partnership with several organizations, including Roots Community Clinic in D4's Rose Garden and Newhall Sherwood neighborhoods. I'm really not being flip about the references to what may be here or won't be here in a couple of months, because there is just so much that is unknown and so much that is beyond our control. But I will say again, we are here for every resident, and we will make our first, biggest, and if necessary, only priority, mitigating the damage that will be intended to be inflicted on our county. We also witnessed healthcare being brought directly to the community through events like the Aki Health Fair at Rosemary Elementary School in Campbell. Residents there had the opportunity to receive free health screenings and connect with essential community health services, all within the comfort of their own neighborhood. Finally, in the healthcare sector, I'll highlight my newest initiative to expand home visiting services for Medi-Cal eligible families with young children. There are new funding streams available to help us reach more families, which will lead to better outcomes for young children and their parents. Let's take a shift here. Since January of 2022, when I led my colleagues to declare a public health crisis in untreated mental illness and substance use disorders, the county has prioritized expanding access to treatment at every level of acuity. My goals are very simple and twofold. One, bring online an additional 500 beds at the appropriate levels of acuity by 2028. And two, ensure that any individual who declares their readiness to receive services for a serious mental illness or substance use disorder can begin to receive services on that day. No waiting list, no calling back in 2 days to find bed availability, no languishing in jail when that setting exacerbates a mental illness or substance use disorder condition. No excuses. And we have made progress. We are adding beds at multiple levels of acuity. We're expanding treatment slots and working to build the workforce. Some of the work in process right now include establishing a COMPASS clinic. COMPASS is an acronym for, oh, we got COMPASS folks here? Yay! Compassionate Addiction Services and Support, which will be next to D4's Burbank, Buena Vista, and Rose Glen neighborhoods, which will provide low barrier access to substance use treatment services, same-day walk-in services, outpatient withdrawal management, and care coordination within Santa Clara Valley Health's primary care physician program. We're also starting an inpatient addiction consulting service to provide specialty addiction medicine consultation to improve outcomes and coordination of care for hospitalized individuals with substance use disorders. COMPASS and the Addiction Consult Service are expected to serve about 1,500 people annually. Expanding access to substance use outpatient services and medication-assisted treatment in South County. We're expanding in South County as well to serve an estimated 600 to 700 individuals with Recover Medical Group. We're working on a new contract with our Common Ground for SUTS, that's substance use treatment disorders, it's long to keep saying, with SUTS residential beds expected to serve 80 additional clients annually. I hope you are doing the math here because it's a lot of people. Each bed doesn't represent one person. We're expanding the Valley Homeless Healthcare Program to increase primary care, in-field integrated medicine, behavioral health, and medicated assisted treatment services for unhoused individuals, including, for the first time, administration of long-acting antipsychotic medications in the field through our backpack medicine team. This could be game-changing. We're continuing to spread awareness about the harms of fentanyl and substance abuse through the methamphetamine public awareness campaign, the Fent Facts and the New Drug Talk public awareness campaign, and information on intoxicating hemp products. We've applied for Prop 1 funding. Thank you for voting for that in March. And we are seeking approximately $111.9 million for 3 county, and that's state money, thank God, for 3 county-led proposals. And we've supported multiple community providers in their bond applications. So much going on there, but there's more. Let's talk about how we reimagine justice and rehabilitation. It is in the public interest to ensure that the criminal legal system involves more than simply punishment. In order to minimize recidivism, time spent incarcerated must be replete with opportunities for rehabilitation, reentry, and transformation. And in order to address root causes associated with harm, again, with an eye toward minimizing recidivism, our system must provide appropriate treatment to individuals whose actions may have been shaped by illness or addiction. So here, got 2 goals again, keeping it simple. 1 is diversion from jail whenever it is safe to do so and appropriate placement to ensure positive outcomes. And 2nd, constructing a new jail for those who are required to be separated from the community that is designed to support rehabilitation and successful reentry to their home communities, which is right here. I will continue to support the public defender's pre-arraignment representation and review. It's called PAR initiative. I love when they're fans of specific programs. It's so dorky. In the best way. The PAR program helps reduce unnecessary incarceration while connecting individuals to behavioral health services. I also will continue to support reentry department's business incubator program that helps formerly incarcerated residents build careers and futures beyond the justice system. In 2025, stay tuned for community engagement opportunities around the new jail facility. Every square foot of this space must be designed to ensure physical safety, both for people held in our custody and for people working in the jails. For people in custody, we also have to assure robust access to mental health support, life skills, educational opportunities, and pathways to stability. We really have an opportunity to do something radically different in a county jail, and I am determined to ensure that we maximize this moment. I keep peeking because I haven't seen the slides before and I'm just kind of excited. I'm going to say a quick word about guaranteed income. Government has long provided support to individuals who are unable to provide for all of their own needs. We have housing vouchers, food stamps, now electronic benefit transfer cards, diapers, senior nutrition services, and more. Significantly, most programs are extraordinarily narrowly focused and very prescriptive, largely based on the paternalistic notion that poor people can't be trusted with money if we don't tell them exactly how they can spend it. Extrapolating, we're saying that poor people are inherently different from us, and it is more than a lack of money that separates our decision-making ability. Conversely, when people who already have money and receive government funds in the support of rebates, mortgage deductions, and tax shelters, there are no restrictions on how those dollars can be spent. Could you imagine? In a nutshell, this is why I have been a strong advocate for guaranteed income, which is a program of distributing unrestricted funds to a targeted group of individuals for a set period of time. All of us know what we need to buy, rent, or invest in to take care of our needs. The only difference is that some of us have the funds to make those decisions and others don't. Our county has launched a number of programs with respective focuses on unhoused high school students, justice-involved individuals, former foster youth, and young moms. These initiatives are already proving what we've long known. When people have the financial resources to meet their basic needs, their entire well-being improves. Housing security, education access, employment stability, mental wellness, and long-term security. In 2025, we'll expand these efforts, ensuring that more families and individuals have the tools to break cycles of poverty and build secure futures for themselves. I recall late last year, we premiered a documentary that outlined the benefits of guaranteed income programs at the Pruneyard Theater in Campbell, which was attended by many community leaders, members of the public, and supporters of guaranteed basic income. Please stay tuned for more information on that topic. All right, let's put the district in the state of the district and celebrate D4. Engaging with, learning from, and being inspired by D4 residents is a vital part of my job as your representative. Over the past year, I have spent quite a lot of time in Santa Clara, Campbell, Burbank, and West San Jose, participating in parades, attending neighborhood association meetings, and community events. And whether we are celebrating our D4 champions at the Santa Clara Parade of Champions, savoring crisp mornings at farmers markets from Willow Glen to Rose Garden to Campbell and Santa Clara, or eagerly anticipating the return of bunnies and bonnets right here in Campbell. These events do more than fill our calendars. They bring our community together, enriching our culture, creating cherished traditions, and leaving us with memories that can last a lifetime. I have appointed and reappointed commissioners from the district to serve on dozens of county commissions, and I thank every one of you who serves in that capacity. But representing all of you, of course, means more than just showing up. It means ensuring that vital services are thoughtfully and conveniently located to enhance the quality of life for all D4 residents, whether we're talking about affordable housing, access to healthcare, or cultural and educational touchpoints. For example, the Billy DeFrank Center calls D4 home, as does Santa Clara University, San Jose and Mission Community Colleges, and several thriving small business districts. D4 will also be the home of the future African American Cultural Center. And if you don't know that location, it's on the Alameda, right when you come off of 880, the building still says Momentum for Health on it. So to sum up, District 4 is a fabulously vibrant place to live and work and play. I am so fortunate to work with 3 city councils, 8 school districts, 4 state legislators, a couple of special districts, and 3 members of Congress. Look how much we can do when we work together. I'm going to end just where I started, building on this county's values with a laser focus on care, on reassurance rather than sowing fear and confusion, on building a community where every individual has the opportunity to thrive. The challenges ahead are complex, but our vision remains clear. A community where every resident, regardless of age, background, or circumstance, has the resources to succeed. This is a journey that we absolutely have to take together. Thank you for being a part of it. Let's keep building a community based on care and taking responsibility for one another. The result will be a community that doesn't just survive, but thrives. Thank you again.
What say you to that? Let's have another round of applause. What an insightful and inspiring address from Supervisor Susan Ellenberg. Let's take a moment to show our appreciation for her leadership and vision with one more big applause. Round of applause. Thank you. Tonight is a powerful reminder that leadership exists at all levels in our community. Whether you're an elected official, a business owner, a volunteer, or simply someone who cares deeply about the future, your role matters. Each of us has the power to contribute, to uplift, and to build a stronger, more connected community. Let's do it together. With that in mind, I am thrilled to introduce another incredible community leader. She has dedicated countless hours to uplifting our neighborhoods and ensuring that local voices are heard. Please join me in welcoming Maria Inez Ortega. Let's give her a hand of applause.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es María Inés Ortega Barrera. Soy la Vice President de Cadillac Winchester Neighborhood Association. Gracias a la supervisora Ellenberg por invitarme a platicar con todos ustedes. y tengo el honor de servir como Vice President de la Asociación de Vecinos de Cadillac Winchester, pero más allá de este título, soy voluntaria y una orgullosa miembro de nuestra comunidad. Una comunidad que ha sido construida, fortalecida y enriquecida por personas de todos los caminos de la vida. Lo que realmente hace fuerte a una comunidad es la unidad. Y la unidad no significa que todos seamos iguales o que pensemos de la misma manera. La unidad significa abrazar nuestras diferencias y comprender que nuestra diversidad Por lo tanto, las comunidades unidas necesitan líderes, pero liderazgo no significa ocupar un cargo político. El liderazgo nace de la gente común, de aquellos que dan un paso adelante para marcar la diferencia. Liderar no se trata de poder o prestigio, sino de servicio. Se trata de mirar los desafíos que enfrentamos y preguntarnos, ¿qué puedo hacer? ¿Cómo puedo ayudar? Cada uno de nosotros tiene un papel muy importante, ya sea monitoreando a los jóvenes, abogando por políticas justas, apoyando a nuestros negocios locales o simplemente siendo un vecino que escucha y extiende una mano amiga. Esto es especialmente cierto durante esta época que estamos viviendo. Vivimos en un tiempo en donde muchos de nuestros vecinos viven con temor de ser separados de sus familias. Hay gente en nuestras comunidades que temen ir al trabajo, llevar sus hijos a la escuela, ir de compras, porque piensan que podrían ser el último día que ven a su familia. Así que esta noche les hago una pregunta. ¿Cómo pueden involucrarse más? ¿Cómo pueden ser líderes en su comunidad? Porque el verdadero progreso no se logra solo con palabras, sino con acción. Y esa acción la toman personas como ustedes, personas que se preocupan, que se presentan y que se niegan a quedarse de brazos cruzados cuando hay trabajo por hacer. Gracias por estar aquí, por creer en el poder de la comunidad y por seguir luchando por un futuro donde todos tengan la oportunidad de pertenecer y triunfar. Sigamos adelante, juntos, unidos como una sola familia. Juntos lograremos el cambio. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
The gentleman who gave me the phone to make an announcement, I can't get into the phone.
It's a benefit card for.
Yes, it's on the card.
Jorge. For Jorge. It's a benefit card.
Someone has found a benefits card, and it was given to the facility staff, and they'll have it at Building C. So if you've lost a benefits card, please go to Building C and pick it up.
Say the speech in English, what you just read out in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I will now be doing side translation of that speech you just heard in Spanish into English. Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you to Supervisor Ellenberg for inviting me to speak with all of you. My name is Maria Ines Ortega Barrera, and I have the honor of serving as Vice President of Cadillac Winchester Neighborhood Association. But beyond that title, I am a volunteer and a proud member of our community. A community that has been built, strengthened, and enriched by people from all walks of life. What really makes a community strong is unity. And unity does not mean that we are all the same or that we all think the same way. Unity means embracing our differences and understanding that our diversity is our strength. When we come together, regardless of our backgrounds, languages, or histories, we see the power of a united community. Therefore, united communities need leaders. But leadership does not mean holding political office. Leadership comes from ordinary people, from those who step forward to make a difference. Leading is not about power or prestige, but about service. It's about looking at the challenges we face and asking ourselves, what can I do? How can I help? Each of us has an important role to play, whether it's mentoring young people, advocating for fair policies, supporting our local businesses, or simply being a neighbor who listens and extends a helping hand. This is especially true during this time that we are living in. We live in a time where many of our neighbors live in fear of being separated from their families. There are people in our community who are afraid to go to work, to take their children to school, and to go shopping because they think it could be the last day they see their family. So tonight, I ask you a question. How can you get more involved? How can you be a leader in your community? Because real progress comes not just with words, but with action. And that action is taken by people like you, people who care, who show up, who refuse to sit idly by when there is work to be done. Thank you for being here, for believing in the power of community, and for continuing to fight for a future where everyone has the opportunity to belong and succeed. Let's move forward together, united as one family. Together, we will make change. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Supervisor Ellenberg, for the entertaining and informative presentation. As we close out the evening, I wanted to introduce the Wilcox High School Jazz Band. Under the direction of Philip Adwan. They are a fine group of musicians who are another example of the very talented young people who make up our community. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wilcox High School Jazz Band will begin, but in the interim, when they start, please, lots of food. You have to go and eat, and you have to hit the tables for information on how to help. Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Meeting is fine. Great. On it and I want to get very I did not realize.
Welcome.